Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to go over statistical significance in crosstabs and talk about what it means, what it does, and how we can use it to analyze our data. So first, to start, statistical significance basically tells us that there's a relationship between the two variables we're looking to analyze. It doesn't tell us which direction this relationship flows in, whether they're positively correlated or negatively correlated. It just tells us that there is some sort of relationship between the two variables. Now, starting with that, the way in which you're going to add statistical significance to your crosstab is to do the following. So in this particular scenario, since I'm analyzing Q2 and Q1 and I have column percentages checked on over here, to add statistical significance test for the entire table, I'm going to want to do the following. So if I head in cells here, scroll down a bit under column percentages, I'm going to click on overall stat test of percentages, and then you'll see a row pop in with the overall statistical significance test for the entire table to check to see if the two variables are related or not. In this particular scenario, they are. Since our statistical significance test returned a value of less than 0.1, it tells us that the two variables are related. It doesn't tell us whether they're positively correlated or negatively correlated. It just tells us that they are related in some manner. In other words, what I can say now is that how informative someone found the course from Q2 influences how likely they are to recommend or not recommend their course to their family, coworkers, and friends. It doesn't tell me if someone likes the course more, if they found it more informative, they're more likely to recommend it, or if they found it less informative, they're less likely to recommend it. It just tells us that there's some relationship between the two variables. And further analysis of the table, the distribution of the data, how the breakdowns are in the table itself will inform me one way or another how this relationship actually flows from this variable to this variable. Now to recap, the way in which you find statistical significance between two variables is to head over to here in cells, check on overall stat test of percentages, or you could do the same thing once you check on average, overall stat test of averages, and I believe there should be more overall stat test of bucketing. I didn't use that. And then column stat test and things like that. But this establishes whether or not there's a relationship between the two variables. Or in other words, whether the answers in Q2 influences the outcome for Q1 in this particular scenario. And it does not tell us the direction with which this relationship flows, whether it's positively correlated or negatively correlated. And finally, if you do filter this table, the tests will filter accordingly to update with the most relevant and most up-to-date statistical significant relationship and tests between the two variables. Now, crosstabs is pretty big, so I'm going to do one more video sort of closing out this series. If you guys do have any additional questions or concerns or anything like that about any particular sections in crosstabs you're having trouble with, just feel free to leave a comment below in the comment section. Always happy to clarify anything or go over anything further. Thank you guys for watching, and hope to see you again soon in the next video. Take care.